Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video from the band Lighthouse, and through their song Hanging on a Moment, we looked at all of the complexities and nuances of moments. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, going from there to 1993 in Newcastle on Tyne in the UK, we've got singer Tundi Baywoo and songwriter Paul Tucker. Both these guys in their own rights were doing kind of gigs in the local circuit, but they would eventually meet and thought, hey, let's see what happens here. So they did record some demos. And the first song they recorded was the song Ocean Drive. Now, this got to the attention of Polydor AR Records, and I thought there might be something in these guys, because we've been kind of just signing artists up for 6 months because we don't really know what's happening here. But we see some longevity in these guys, so we're going to invest a little bit of money in their first album, which was actually called Ocean Drive. The band we're talking about is the Lighthouse Family. Great name for a band. And Ocean Drive, why are you so blue when the sky is so blue? And that was about positivity, but also acknowledging the fact that life can be challenging at times, and for people, it often doesn't. Life is not so good, but we can always look up and see something different. So why are you so blue when the sky is so blue? So Ocean Drive, very much the concept of a convertible car driving across some incredible road by the coast, a few windy roads, all that sort of thing, wind in your hair, all that sort of stuff. We're all about just being in that moment of what it is, as opposed to thinking about all the stuff that's not going right, just being in the moment. So we've got an official clip of Ocean Drive below. The album got released, and the song Lifted. Now, this is the lead single. In 1995, when it first came out, it didn't kind of go that well, but in 1996, it was re-released, and it became an absolute mega hit for these guys. In fact, it got to number 5 in the UK and stayed, and the album as well stayed in the charts for quite a long time. I love to be alone without the April showers. From the shadows, we could be lifted. So, very much following on from the song before, and that is, hey, if life's not going well, just look up and just be in the moment. And this is along similar lines. It's talking about a relationship perhaps it's not going really well, but you know what? We could actually be lifted here. We could actually have what we've always wanted. If we could just kind of let go of the stuff that we might be holding on to, let's actually look for something deeper and bigger. Because the thing about relationships, there are moments when things aren't so good and you think, wow, perhaps I want to leave. But if you can hang in there and ride those storms a little bit, the relationship only strengthens and deepens. Everything works together for good, even the bad stuff, because we get deeper, because we work out what life can be like when you've got each other's back, and you don't know about that sort of stuff when things are going well. It's when things are not going well that you really start to work out the importance of the relationship. We don't talk about needing someone, not in the context of that. Wanting someone, absolutely, but needing someone, not so much. That implies a bit of clinginess, but there is also an element of need in there that, your life is so used to this relationship that part of you've built your life around it, and so there's a bit of need kind of sweeps in, but not in a clingy kind of way. So Lifted was a great song, and again, the thing I love about these Paul's songwriting is just the way that he brings lightness and a light vibe and light feeling to these songs, and you can't help but smile and be happy. And Lifted Well and Truly is a song about things that are not so good, but also looking towards a hope for the future. I've got an official clip of that one below. Now, what's the song that we have to talk about when we talk about these guys? Well, it came from the album, 1997 album, Postcards in Heaven. Got to number 4 in the UK, this particular album. Now, it was around this time that Lighthouse Family had a pretty big hit with their first album, thanks to that song Lifted and Ocean Drive. And even though there were no expectations around the first album, there were for the second album, because we needed to follow up to the first album. And so Paul was feeling quite under pressure at that particular time. This is the problem with success. There's always more needed. But it was around late 1996 that tragedy would strike the Tucker family, and wife would actually lose a baby. And you know, for any couple who's been in this situation, and all the hopes and dreams that you build around being pregnant, and the hopes and dreams for your child, and wonder what it's going to be, and all that sort of thing, well, those hopes and dreams get dashed. And even the concept of togetherness and being together and all that sort of thing, it's a bit of a stretch for everybody. So it was a very particularly devastating time for Paul and his wife as they dealt with this loss. But the record company was saying, hey, we need another album, we need another album. When are you going to give us another album? So there was an agonising 8-month period, according to Wikipedia, in this song. So Paul, who was confronted with this, I think, pretty tragic event, thought, well, what's the best thing I can do to actually tell her that I still love her? And that was to actually, again, to be lifted, as per the previous song. And I'm sure that song inspired, what do you do when you're lifted? When you look beyond and look past the tragedy? Well, high. Some lines from this song. It's easy when we got each other. It was me and you, and it will be forever. So these declarations of love, these declarations of how important you are in my life, these declarations of, gee, that was pretty hard, but I don't want to leave you, I still want to be with you. I love you a lot, and you know, I want to be with you. These sort of words become really, really important. You've got to pick your time to say them though. You know, if you say them right at the start, you might just put little glimpses, but the concept of sitting down, looking at each other and realising that you've still got each other is pretty good. Now the song High was the natural progression for this time in Paul's life. We are gonna be forever, you and me. Da 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 in the sky, da 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 of love, something like that. This song, well, really grabbed the world's attention. Again, High, Lifted was a very, very positive song, and High became almost a bit of an anthem for people doing it tough, but also an anthem for people who were just looking for that bit extra. So High became an absolutely massive song for these guys. And it just really suited Tunde's vocals as well. It just had a way of just bringing this song to life. And when you've got this incredible production of this song as well, the production's amazing on this song, because the record company knew they had a massive hit here. Imagine walking to a recording studio and, you know, someone plays it on the piano and the producer says, he's already seeing the production. This is how significantly important this song was. And High became a bit of an anthem in the late 1990s. 1990s, very much the grunge area, bands like Nirvana. Well, this was not that. It was something different, and I think it provided the world with an opportunity to breathe a little bit and to hope a little bit. So we've got 3 versions below. We've got the official clip below. We've got a studio/live version as well. Now this does look live to me, this one. When I look at it, often with studio clips they're mined, but I reckon this one's live, so it's pretty good to see that the Lighthouse family actually needed a few instruments on stage, particularly with this song, to bring it out. So we've got strings and all sorts of bits and pieces in there. It's nice to see a TV studio give give the respect a song deserves by really ramping up the production on it. So it's nice to see that version. We've also got an acoustic version, just Paul and Tundi and another guy playing guitar. So we've got an acoustic version of that one below. So High was a massive, massive, massive song for Lighthouse Family. They followed it up with the song Lost in Space, and this is all looking at a bit about our attitudes, our selfish attitudes, and the fact that we can actually be better. So Lost in Space, got an official clip of that one below. They had a break. Then in 2001 they released the album Whatever Gets You Through the Day. But because of the pretty heavy touring that these guys were doing to support the album, so because we had an album in 96, one in 97, and then one in 2001, they were getting really, really tired and decided to have a bit of a break in 2003. They would have a bit of a comeback in 2010, and then they would actually just keep performing. But in 2019, they would release the album Blue Sky in Your Head. So again, we're following on from being lifted to being high, looking at our attitude to blue sky in your head. So the whole Ocean Drive feel is not just external, it's also inwardly. So it's talking about that inner peace, that inner tranquility. There's certainly a lot of spirituality in these songs, typified by the song My Salvation. Does anyone care? Yes, they do. And so I've got a live version of that one below. Again, just Tundi's vocals for this song are absolutely perfect. And because of this album, there were 2 sellout UK tours. So it's kind of good near the end of the Lighthouse family's career that they did actually manage to come back and have quite a few people to play to. So between 1995 and 2019, there were 4 studio albums, 2 compilation albums, 16 singles, and 12 music videos. These guys sold 15 million albums. The first one was very, very successful. In fact, the first 2 did pretty well. So that's 15,000 people bought the Lighthouse Family album. So they well and truly have had success and have contributed to this collaborative legacy of this thing called music. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Lighthouse. So if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, it was nice to celebrate this channel a little while ago when we got to 225 subscribers, which is pretty cool. All of you guys are really, really important and special. That's it for today. Next time we're going to get onto the band The Lightning Seeds with their incredible song, The Life of Riley. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.